So welcome back to another Centennial Tidbit, where today we're talking with Louise Palermo of the Maryhill Museum in Goldendale, Washington, about their involvement with the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in the Centennial in 2021, as well as their particular involvement with the National Salute this year. Louise, can you tell me a little bit more about the Stonehenge War Memorial and why did you choose that location?
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you for having us here today. So Maryhill Museum of Art has always had a site that recognized the service of men and women of our country, especially when they've been called on in times of war. Stonehenge Memorial was built on that site by Sam Hill, and this is the nation's first World War I memorial ever. It was dedicated in 1918 to those in service from Klickitat, Washington specifically, who sacrificed their lives. And the information at the time about Stonehenge in England was that it was constructed as a place for human sacrifice. Sam Hill concluded that there was a parallel between the loss of life in war and those ancient sacrifices. So he built the monument, and he was guided by the authorities of the time to replicate the original Neolithic Stonehenge site. In July of 1918, on July 4th, it was dedicated with the following words: "To the memory of the soldiers and sailors of Klickitat County who gave their lives in defense of their country. This monument is erected in the hope that others, inspired by this example of their valor and their heroism, may share in the love of liberty and burn with that fire of patriotism that death alone can quench." So that's specifically why this site is so important for these kinds of memorial events.
Well, perfect, Louise. Can you tell me how you're preparing for the National Salute this year?
This year, on November 11th at 11 o'clock plus 11 minutes, as part of the National Salute, we'll have a simple ringing of the bells in remembrance of the sacrifice and the importance of peace. In the past, we were so fortunate to have an entire bell choir, but just like in 1918, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so we've adapted. This year, we'll show our simple bell ceremony on Facebook Live, and we welcome you to join us there at that time.
Well, perfect. You mentioned that you're doing this just like the pandemic of 1918. So how are you adjusting for COVID and the ceremony?
Well, generally at this memorial, which includes, Stonehenge and the Klickitat County Veterans Memorial, we've had small ceremonies where a rose is placed at the plaque of each person memorialized on the anniversary of their sacrifice. It's a small ceremony, and usually it's attended by visitors, or very often family members will show up. But for the duration of the pandemic, and to ensure the safety of our visitors, we've reduced the number of those events to the major holidays like this one. We request that you wear a mask. We insist that you maintain social distance, but we want to continue the tradition of memorializing and remembering those who have sacrificed.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the bells that you intend to use and how the people can attend virtually?
So you can join us on Maryhill Museum of Art's Facebook page. We'll have a Facebook Live presentation. And to mark the salute of 2020, and in reference to the effect 2020 has had on all of our voices, we're going to use a single bell to ring loud and clear at the specified time that will represent that even in a pandemic, it only takes one clear voice to bring people together in a unified thought. It's all about remembering.
That's a perfect message, Louise. And I can't wait to see how well the ceremony goes. It falls into the perfect, the tomb guard way of doing things, which is simple and classic, and very powerful. So thank you. How can people reach out to you to find out more about what you're doing to support the Society and the Centennial in 2021?
Well, I always welcome an email, louise@maryhillmuseum.org. You can always contact us via Facebook. And we are so grateful for our collaboration with the Tomb Guard, and all the initiatives that have come from this organization. We will be building a Never Forget garden. We appreciate so much participating in this national movement of remembrance.
Well, you've been an absolute staunch supporter of the Society and our mission and the various projects that we have going all over the world. So thank you for taking the time today to talk about the National Salute, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Gavin, for your service, for Amy's service. And I just can't help but appreciate all the sacrifice and remember everyone that's come before.